and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Looking for someone to clean out your gutters or aerate your yard this fall? Call Isaac at Woida Outdoor Solutions today at 402-607-9154. Get your gutters cleaned today with a phone call to Woida Outdoor Solutions at 402-607-9154. Give your furnace a break with the help of Heartland of Nebraska Windows. Heartland of Nebraska Windows offers a free estimate, full window replacements, all vinyl triple pane windows, and a lifetime warranty of everything, while still keeping their prices affordable. Sounds too good to be true, right? Heartland of Nebraska Windows is locally and family owned with their own team of installers. Give the window experts at Heartland of Nebraska Windows a call today at 402-430-3852 or visit them online at heartlandofnebraskawindows.com. Elevate your home or business with the help of Heartland of Nebraska Windows today.
This is Bill Mitchner, Executive Director of Lincoln Lighthouse. Did you know Lighthouse provides multiple programs for students such as one-on-one tutoring and mentoring, as well as pro-social skill exercises, while providing them a nourishing meal and a safe space during all months of the year, even during school breaks? Learn more or contribute to Lighthouse at lincolnlighthouse.org today.
From the capital to castles. Starting this December, fly nonstop from Lincoln to Orlando with service from Breeze Airways. That's right, nonstop flights to Orlando out of LNK are starting this December. You're now just a flight away from Disney World, Universal Studios, Legoland, and the Space Coast. Stretch out and relax on Breeze with complimentary family seating. Book your magical getaway now at LincolnAirport.com. LNK, make flying easy.
I love Nebraska Pick 3. It's the Nebraska Lottery's very best game, and nothing could ever change my mind.
What if I told you there's now a Nebraska Pick 4?
Say what?
It costs just $1 to play. There's a $6,000 top prize with drawings every day, and you could choose from 6 different bet types. What would you say to that?
I love Nebraska Pick 4. It's the Nebraska Lottery's very best game, and nothing could ever change my mind.
Thought so. Straight bet top prize odds 1 in 10,000.
Need a tractor that works as hard as you do? Whether you're baling hay or feeding cattle, a John Deere 6M or 6R from Landmark Implement is built to handle it all. And right now, you can get 0% fixed-rate financing for up to 72 months on new in-stock models. That's 6 years with 0 interest on the tractor your operation depends on. Hurry into your local Landmark Implement or visit landmarkimp.com and experience the Landmark difference.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC. This month kicks off Koppel's 50th anniversary sale. We're celebrating 50 years by offering an additional $500 discount to the next 100 customers that buy a new vehicle. This is in addition to the huge savings already in place. You can take an extra $500 off our discounted price, or we can cut you a check on the spot. Celebrate with savings and see why customers have trusted Koppel since 1975. It's our way of saying thank you for all these years.
Schweizo Construction is now hiring for skilled craftsmen, steel erectors, concrete workers, and general laborers. Schweizo Construction offers great benefits like premium wages, health and dental insurance, paid holidays and vacation, 401k with company match, life insurance, and disability insurance. They pride themselves on a legacy of 40 years built on integrity and trust. Joining their team means becoming part of a family that values hard work, dedication, and mutual respect. Apply today at Schweizo.com. That's SCHWISOW.com.
When you were a kid, clubs were cool. Robotics club and space club and stuff like that. But what do adults get? Book clubs and quilting clubs? Nah, forget that. How about margarita clubs and old-fashioned clubs? Get to Upside Bar and Lounge for the best clubs in town. Try all 10 varieties of Upside margaritas or old fashions and take home a free souvenir glass. Grab the whole crew and pair it with taco night on Mondays or whiskey Wednesdays. Upside Bar and Lounge at 29th and Pine Lake.
Husker fans know when you work together, great things happen. At Cornhusker Bank, they're more than your financial partner. With 5 locations in Lincoln and 1 in Omaha, they're your neighbors, your teammates, and your biggest fans. Whether you're saving for your first home, planning your future, or growing your business, they're right here in Nebraska to help you move forward together. Visit Cornhusker.bank to learn more. Cornhusker Bank, member FDIC. Doing life together. All right, Lincoln, if you're a diesel technician who's ready to earn up to $40 an hour and you're tired of working nights and weekends, listen up. Inland Truck Parts and Service is hiring experienced diesel technicians right here in Lincoln, and they're offering what every hardworking tech wants. Monday through Friday hours, no nights, no weekends, and paid training on advanced diesel technology. With 37 locations across 12 states, career advancement opportunities are endless. Start building towards your future and apply today at inlandtruck.com. That's inlandtruck.com. Or text APPLY to 785-369-1320.
Welcome to The Drive with Aaron Davis and Nick Sainert. Former football national champion, speaker, and author Aaron Davis.
Pain is a teacher if you use it. And the lessons in the carnage of pain sometimes are elusive. They hide, they're stealth. The work is finding the lessons through the pain. There's always a message in the mess. Depends on if we want to get dirty and look for it.
Nick Sainert.
Driving left side is Boyer, picks up his dribble, looking for some help, decides to go up strong with it, and the layup will rattle home. Jack Riley picks the pocket of B.J. Bradford up the floor to Jack Hostrider. Watch out! Mafisi in the lane, kicks it out. 3-ball, Townsley, right wing, it's good!
Sponsored by Doors Plus on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Good morning on this magnificent Monday. The birds are chirping, the sun is out, not a stitch of breeze in the air. It's me and Swim, one aka One Lane, aka Slim Down, aka Separation in the Shoulders, aka You Love Me, You Know It. I'm Swim.
Good morning, AD. That was a lot of also known as terms, but we'll just go with it because it's a Monday.
Swim,
Good morning.
Okay, I know it's something 90. Quinn 92.
Yes.
I got it
Whoa.
right. I got it right.
Starting off the weekend hot.
Yes. How was Quinn 92 concert?
It was exceptional.
Exceptional?
It was exceptional.
Okay.
Front row.
Oh.
So all the tickets at these venues, they're because it's a smaller venue, right? So it's a smaller venue, holds about, I don't know, maybe 4,000 people.
Mm-hmm.
And got there about so the opener went on at 8. And we got there about 7:40 or so and ended up getting about second row because it was all standing.
So it was like wherever you want to sit.
Yeah. So it's because you just stand the entire concert. And it's not like a mosh pit, which is because I would hate if people are pushing and shoving and everything. No, there was ample space.
So what was the capacity of the venue?
About $4,000, 4,000.
So nice, big but not massive.
Yeah. It's a great spot.
So where was the name? What was the name of it?
It was called Southside Ballroom.
So
it was in Dallas.
In Dallas.
Yeah, it was like actually in the big city of Dallas. Wow. It wasn't in a suburb. So it was a lot of fun.
And that was your third or fourth time?
Third time seeing him.
So would you do it again?
Absolutely.
Did he look at you and say, "Hey, what's up, Swim"?
No, but I was so there's a song. This is an open moment of vulnerability.
That's all right, man.
This
Transparency
is good. Transparency is important. So on this tour, there's one of his new songs. He uses a lot of harmonica.
Mm-hmm.
And one thing that he's done every show is he selects somebody in the crowd to come up and play the harmonica for his song. And I tell you, I thought we had a shot. I thought I had a chance. I was wearing his shirt that I bought at his concert at Red Rocks back in June. And I thought, oh, maybe if he recognizes that I have been to a show previously and wore Red Rocks specific merch, I thought, okay, you know what? Maybe there's a shot. And I thought to myself, maybe I'm the only one that's there that was there at Red Rocks that's also at this show in Dallas. And sure enough, he picks a guy about 4 spots over from me.
Oh, man.
And what shirt is he wearing?
The Red Rock.
The Red Rock shirt.
So let me ask you this.
Exact same one.
Did you do anything to get his attention?
I was trying to flash. I was trying to flash him the Red Rocks.
Uh-huh.
And he calls the other guy up and he's like, oh, look at this guy. He's got the official Red Rocks merch out. I was like, so you mentioned it. So it's okay though. It was an exceptional time. Spent more money on the drinks than I did on the tickets.
How much were the beverages?
Thankfully, I did not buy. The person I was with bought the drinks, which was very nice of them.
Oh wow.
It was very nice. And anyway, I think the tickets were like $40.
And then the drinks were
the drink. So I had one seltzer, and then some of the person that I was with bought a tequila sour. And it was $61.
Man, so you guys went upside down on the date.
That's all it was. I thought, okay, there we go. $61 it is.
$61.
So anyway, yeah, it was ridiculous. I thought there's no reason for $61 drinks.
Hey, where's he from, man? Originally,
Detroit.
Big
Lions fan. Big.
Really?
He's a massive Lions guy.
So he was happy yesterday.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yesterday,
I was thrilled yesterday. Yeah.
You know what, folks? We're gonna dive into our weekends, but we got
it was
a full show for you today.
Bizarre weekend
All over the place. I'm glad you didn't have any hiccups on your flights or anything like that.
Yeah.
For me, it's good to be back in the studio. Of course, I was gone Thursday.
That's right.
And Friday out in North Carolina. Dude, I was okay. Nick, I don't know if you've ever done this before. You ever flown on a plane when you were sick?
No. Like I've flown when I'm congested, but it's most of the time it's because of flying.
See, remember I was kind of kind of on the just kind of just a little eerie.
Yep.
Man, my flight, it came on to me about Wednesday morning. I was just kind of just the congestion.
Yeah.
Real, just kind of weak. Thursday, it was pretty much the same. When I got up early, had to catch my flight, and I knew taking off is not bad when you're congested.
Yep.
Landing,
it's like the head's pounding.
Man, I'm literally gripping my armrest, man, because that drainage in my head is just pounding. So we landed in Chicago. I'm like, all right. Oof. Took off again. When we landed in Charlotte, man, I literally thought my head was about to explode. I was in bed Thursday night, literally laying in bed about 7 o'clock Central Time, 8 o'clock their time. And I was like, I literally prayed, I said, God, you got to give me an energy for tomorrow. Because, it's a big audience. It was in North Carolina it's called SHRM, Society of Human Resource Management. So it's a big audience, etc. Woke up Friday morning, dude. I literally just put my head in steam in the shower. And I went on a walk, just kind of trying to wake myself up and just trying to, it was tough. Friday night was the worst though, when I landed.
Okay. I was to say, yep.
Yes.
Friday when you landed in Lincoln or in Omaha, excuse me.
And we had to think about it. We had to we flew from Charlotte to Denver, 2 hour and 53
That's right.
minute
You had to
flight.
go past it. Yes, that's right. You had to go past
2 hour and 53
Kind of
minute
just
flight.
parachute out.
Yeah, I was like, oh man. So descending in Denver was rough. When we landed in Omaha, man, my head was exploding. I was supposed to go to a wedding. Big congratulations to Jack Russell and his family wedding. There was no way. I was like, I'm not going here to get everybody sick up in this joint, man. And so I literally went nowhere this weekend.
Yeah.
I'm feeling about 90% today.
Good.
Yesterday, about 4 o'clock, I started feeling a little bit better. But man, flying with congestion, I do not advise it. It was rough. Because then you're trying to pop your ears. And the pilots told me, don't ever blow hard when you close your nose. He goes, get some gum, chew it really hard, or blow very gradually.
Yeah.
But I was just like I was in a fishbowl.
Yep.
The whole weekend, man.
Yeah.
It was rough. It was
rough.
And
then the worst part is like you never know when it's going to unpop. Like when the pressure will finally relieve itself.
Nick, it relieved Saturday about noon.
That's horrible.
And I'm trying to blow slow and everything.
Yeah.
And it felt like there's just an echo in my head.
Because then when you're starting to blow, it's like you get to the crackle in your ears, and you're like, "Oh, maybe I'm getting somewhere." And then the minute you stop blowing your nose, it just fills back up.
Oh,
it's horrible.
Man.
It's horrible.
It's bad. Ben says the worst is flying hungover because you have nobody to blame but yourself.
Thankfully, I've never been there. I haven't been there yet. I haven't been hungover yet and flown.
Oh, Scony Skirt, what's up? He goes, I got Montezuma's revenge, well in Mexico, and flew back still sick with grandma, 2 kids, and my wife. Getting through the airports was bad. Having to go to the airplane bathroom over and over again was worse. Oh, Scony Skirt, that is brutal, bro. Brutal. Unknown texter 4397 took the kids apple picking to the Lewis and Clark Museum in Nebraska City on Saturday. Thanks for going there. Sunday, we went over to the brother-in-laws and let the cousins play together while the adults play games. That's a great weekend.
That's
4397.
awesome.
4397. Text us your name too, so we got that.
Absolutely.
For purposes.
Yeah, that's great to hear.
It's an awesome weekend, Nick. It was and I'm going to say this so I don't. While I'm feeling the way I'm at right now, Nick. It's still tough, man. And I know a lot of our former teammates have said things. I haven't really said a lot yet. I'm still kind of processing, but our thoughts and prayers go out to Matt Verzal. Former Husker lineman. Me and Matt go back since high school.
Mm-hmm.
We played in the Shrine Bowl together when I first met him. Me, Clinton Childs, Damon Benning, were on that same team, and it still hasn't. Jeff Ogard was another one on that team. It still hasn't sunk in that Verzy's gone, man. And so I've been watching the tributes and just still trying to process it, man. I literally, Nick, me and Verge were texting back and forth just 3 weeks ago. But it was really been longer than that because it was right before my back surgery.
Mm-hmm.
And being who he is and was and is, he was AD, man, it's going to turn out all right. Things are going. We're talking business. We're just talking life, just in general. Verzo, I call, he was a utility knife type person. He could do a little bit of everything. If you needed a counselor, he was there. If you needed somebody to talk to, he was there. If you needed somebody to sit with you, he was there. If you needed a door fixed or created, if you could want to build a house, he was there.
Yeah.
Verzal was just literally the quintessential amazing human being. And I just want to say to the Grand Island family out there, to his mom and to his sister, our thoughts and prayers to the whole Husker Nation's behind you and praying for you. It just really hasn't hit yet, man. A number of my former teammates hit me up while I was asleep, basically Thursday night. And I checked and talked to one individual, and he told me, I'm just like, it didn't even seem real, man.
Yeah.
So I didn't want to, I'm not going to forget that, but I'm going to share it now before I share it later, it'll just get tougher to do. But so keep Matt Verzal in your thoughts and prayers if you would.
Yeah.
Nick, on the things more uplifting, we got a full schedule today, brother.
It's jam-packed. I mean, there's so much to get to with Arkansas now firing their head coach, Sam Pittman. He's out the door. Nebraska getting ready. I mean, they're back. They're ready to go for Michigan State.
State.
It is on to the Spartans, and it's on to a gettable October. That's how I would frame the 4 games that Nebraska has in October as gettable, right? Mm-hmm. There's certainly an avenue here to where Nebraska could be 7-1 by the end of October, and we're forgetting about the Michigan game, right? Because Nebraska's been able to bounce back, but that's certainly on the table, I suppose.
They have to forget about it and have a very short memory. That game should be a distant memory now and not even thought of other than the lessons they picked up. You think about, we're going to dive in here to the Ryder Cup. Did the fans go overboard? We'll talk about that. Rory and his wife had a cocktail or a drink thrown at them while they were walking through. So we'll talk about the Ryder Cup. The men made a furious comeback, but came up short.
Yeah.
And then then Dallas. We'll talk pro football, but the tie last night.
I
was dumbest thing ever. And I stayed up for it, Nick.
AD, I was so close to going to that game.
Really?
I was looking at tickets yesterday morning to see if I could go. If I was thinking, I was like, man, okay, I'm 20 minutes from Arlington. I was like, man, I could go to AT&T and just fly back the next morning early. I would actually been back by the show this morning. But I was like, man,
that's cool.
But even if I didn't, I was like, man, Green Bay and Detroit, or Green Bay and Dallas. I mean, gosh, Sunday night football, Micah Parsons returned, and they jacked up the prices of the tickets because it was Micah Parsons' return.
He still has a suite there. They showed on TV.
He does. And this ongoing hissy fit that Jerry Jones is having towards Micah Parsons is so annoying. And just this whole thing that Jerry Jones continues to do. I actually watched, and I wanted to poke out my eyeballs and plug my ears. But after the game was over last night and it ended in the stupid tie at 40-40, I actually listened to the post-game show on Peacock that has Jack Collinsworth on it, which if you know anything about it, I mean, the man is just monotone and he just is hard to listen to. But I knew that they were going to play Jerry Jones's post-game press conference. And sure enough, Jerry Jones gets asked about Micah Parsons and gets talked about how,
after the game he did?
Asked about Micah Parsons, and he's like, well, Micah's a great player, and we're, it didn't feel right putting him in it, or it didn't look right having him be in the green and gold on the other side there. And I'm sitting there going, you did this. Yes, there's a story to both sides, right? Both sides have a story, but you did this.
Just let it go.
Yep.
He's no longer. Listen, I'm only talking about players that are on the Dallas Cowboys roster. If not, don't ask me the questions.
Exactly.
That's simple.
It's as simple as that.
Nick, he can't get out of his own. I've said this numerous times. I have no problems with the Cowboys other than the owners, and sometimes the fans are a little obnoxious thinking we them boys, this America's team. No, you're not. I like Dak. I like CD. And you know what? It was good to see Pickens play good last night. Me and Raph were texting back and forth. Obviously, our group text. I love Pickens. I just don't love when he goes off the handle.
Yeah, he was doing really well. He had that great catch and run last night to take the lead at one point.
Absolutely. So we're going to break that down. Also, the Husker football team picked up a big commit.
Yeah.
a guy they kind of snatched out of the fold from someone down south, another competing team down there. And, man, you're talking about upsets. There was a team that stormed the field, some fans that stormed the field, sent 19 people to the hospital. We'll discuss that. But, Nick, let's dive into real quick the Ryder Cup. Do you think, okay, first of all, I was going to say Nebraska. The U.S. came up short 15-13. Nick, were you surprised by the comeback of the U.S. team? Because they were down 8. I thought it would be over by 2 o'clock.
I wouldn't say I was surprised by the comeback. I was more surprised by how bad it started for the U.S. I thought there were some things that if you're Keegan Bradley, the captain, you could have done a little bit different, right? And he even admitted after the whole tournament, after the whole Ryder Cup, he talked about how the green, like he would go back and do things differently. And hindsight's always 20/20 and stuff. Right. But it does show the importance of who the U.S. selects as the captain and who does lead that team. Because when you're talking about putting guys together in the pairings and the groupings and things like that, it certainly plays a factor into the whole entire conversation and how you guys play. And I don't like the rule about how Victor Hovland, he withdraws on Sunday. And so the Europeans automatically get a half a point, right? And so I did not care for that whole thing.
That rule, Nick, has been in place, and I was looking this up last night. That rule, I want to make sure I get this correct on there. It's only been used once, since they've ever used it, and I don't like the half point thing at all. Yeah. So Harris English was in the U.S. envelope, meaning both sides got a half point before play even began, which I think is total bull crap. If he can't play, well, he just can't play. You scratch him and sub somebody else, So I didn't it's only the 4th time in Ryder Cup history this rule was used. So that's where that half came from, which if the U.S. would have lost by half, you would have heard a lot about it. However, thankfully, it didn't come down to that. But, Nick, what'd you think? Okay, Luke Donald, he was back-to-back winning captain. He was in 2023, 2025. It's the first time since 2012 that the road team won on the road. It was the Miracle Medina in 2012. Do you think going forward that we have to do something different about our force and play? Because it was atrocious.
Yeah, I think more so
the pairings.
Yeah, I think just there's a lot of strategy that goes into this, and when the U.S. has historically over the last decade has not done well against the Europeans.
They've won 8 of the last 11 Ryder Cups.
Yeah, it's not good.
You beat me out to that last week. I looked it up. I was like,
bad.
Good.
It's bad. There's, and it's also not because the U.S. should be completely that. It's not like the U.S. is undermatched in these cups and the tournaments. I guess the Ryder Cup. I don't feel like it is. I don't know what needs to fix. They were talking about how the greens were softer and they didn't expect the greens at Bethpage Black to be as soft as they were. They never firmed up. And I'm sitting there going, how does all this play into pairings and groupings and everything? But there must be something. I just think it goes back to the importance of who you select as a captain. I think it also, you just need your guys to show up. Like Scotty struggled on Friday, and a lot of the United States, golfers did on Friday. But we talk about it with Nebraska all the time. You need players and stars to be stars, and some of them just didn't show up on Friday.
Nick, would you say? I'm just going to ask you. I personally think, I'm not going to put words in your mouth.
Yeah.
I'm going to say what I think real quick. I think the Europeans just simply want it more.
Yeah.
And the U.S. showed it, but it was too late after you're down it. Each year, Nick, it just seems to me they want it more.
I can't imagine.
Throw the soft greens, hard greens, sideways greens, bullet greens, green grass, Bermuda.
Concrete.
Concrete. It just seems to me, and that's why they've won 8 of the last 11. Yeah. It just seems to me like that the Europeans, it just means more to them.
AD, I can't imagine going and showing up and having the entire fan base or audience, majority of it against you. That would set a fire in me. I would be like, all right, I want this even more now. I want this even more.
Do you think our fans went? I'm not saying, well, they are U.S. fans. Do you think they went overboard though, man?
No, because I think the Ryder Cup has this. The throwing the drink, when we get to that point, that's too far.
I thought they took it overboard.
The heckling and stuff. I saw a video. Rory got pissed at a fan because as he was walking up, he was not in his backswing. It was not as he was getting set up. Like it was plenty. There was plenty of time before he actually swung the club. One of the fans was like, it was a shot out of the rough, and he goes, "Hey, Rory, the bunker looks pretty good up there." And Rory turns around and goes, "Just shut the bleep up," and like goes after him. And I thought to myself, like, the heckling is like a characteristic of the Ryder Cup. It is a characteristic of the Ryder Cup. The when you start assaulting and throwing drinks and stuff like that, that's when you take it too far.
Yeah, I don't mind the banter, but when it goes overboard, I think golf is still golf should be different as far as decorum.
Oh yeah,
and at the same time, like I said, I get it, but the tossing of the beverage that went too far.
Yeah, too far.
And you're in New York. I mean, it's kind of like, you're in New York.
Yeah, I mean, at some point, also anything goes. No, I think that in golf, with the PGA or in this case the Ryder Cup, there are two events that have this understanding that it's going to be a party, and it's the Ryder Cup and it's the Waste Management Open. Those are the two. I think to a certain extent, the players have to understand. Okay, you know what? Not that I'm going to get soaked because I'm going to get a drink tossed on me, but there's going to be heckles. Like there's going to be people talking, and it's a competition between the United States and the Europeans, and like it at its core, it is a competition.
Yeah,
and so the fans make the experience great. So I think that you kind of have to have an understanding of like, don't get up there and be like, yeah, you know, we want this, we want the experience, we want the competition, we're excited for the atmosphere, and then when the atmosphere presents itself, it's not what you want or it's not in your favor, then you automatically hate the atmosphere. Like you can't have it both ways.
John in Cortland says some showed up, some showed out. The Euros came out Thursday to win and ready to win. I totally agree with you, brother. They came out on fire. Culligan J, my family and I watched the Ryder Cup on Sunday. It was some of the best TV I've ever seen. I would agree with that, man. I had a quad box going on, plus watching the Ryder Cup. So it was a great weekend of festivities and fun. Folks, we got a lot to discuss when we come back. Man, there's an opening in Arkansas. We're going to discuss it in the person who's the temporary. Nick, I want to get your opinion. Do you think this is part of the grand plan anyway? We'll discuss it, folks. It's The Drive. It's Monday. 937 to take it.
Are you looking to upgrade or improve the garage door on your home? This is Cameron Hall of Doors Plus. At Doors Plus, we guarantee to offer a wide selection of options from 5 leading garage door manufacturers as we deliver a free estimate, exact measurements, and rapid installation with a 3 to 5 week time frame. When you choose Doors Plus for your residential garage door needs, you'll work with our experienced technicians and be ensured that your new door seamlessly complements your home. Give us a call at 402-590-5800 or visit us online at DoorsPlusLLC.com. Doors Plus, garage doors, and more.
All right, Lincoln, if you're a diesel technician who's ready to earn up to $40 an hour and you're tired of working nights and weekends, listen up. Inland Truck Parts and Service is hiring experienced diesel technicians right here in Lincoln, and they're offering what every hardworking tech wants. Monday through Friday hours, no nights, no weekends, and paid training on advanced diesel technology. With 37 locations across 12 states, career advancement opportunities are endless. Start building towards your future and apply today at inlandtruck.com. That's inlandtruck.com. Or text APPLY to 785-369-1320.
Bagels and Joe is the best place to start off your mornings, and you can order your breakfast ahead of time on their app. You can't go wrong with one of their great bagel sandwiches or breakfast burritos. Stop by any of their 4 locations in Lincoln and their location in Seward. Bagels and Joe.
Sometimes good people make mistakes. When you find yourself in need of an attorney, call Liberty Law Group. The attorneys at Liberty Law Group will defend you in court and protect your freedom to get you the best possible outcome and the justice you deserve. Trust your freedom to Liberty Law Group, the best criminal attorneys in Nebraska and Iowa. Call them today at 877-404-5238. That's 877-404-5238. Or check them out online at libertylawgroup.com.
This is Bill Mitchner, Executive Director of Lincoln Lighthouse. Did you know Lighthouse provides multiple programs for students such as one-on-one tutoring and mentoring, as well as pro-social skill exercises, while providing them a nourishing meal and a safe space during all months of the year, even during school breaks? Learn more or contribute to Lighthouse at lincolnlighthouse.org today.
Here at Aspen Builders, our company is building more homes today than I thought we would ever build.
Bob Benish is the founder and president of Aspen Builders, online at aspenbuildersinc.com.
You know, I am just shocked at how strong our market is here in Lincoln and at Aspen Builders. We're probably helping people right now more than ever get into a new home. We've been able to find pieces of ground we can develop affordably and keep our lot prices down a little bit. I think with our volume discounts and our office staff, 35 years of experience, we figure out a plan that's going to work great for you. We make it perfect. We make it fit your price range. All of this is part of the reason we're so busy.
Make your dream home a reality and call Aspen Builders at 423-6811. Online at aspenbuildersinc.com. Your home is waiting at Aspen Builders.
Schweizo Construction is now hiring for skilled craftsmen, steel erectors, concrete workers, and general laborers. Schweizo Construction offers great benefits like premium wages, health and dental insurance, paid holidays and vacation, 401k with company match, life insurance, and disability insurance. They pride themselves on a legacy of 40 years built on integrity and trust. Joining their team means becoming part of a family that values hard work, dedication, and mutual respect. Apply today at schweizo.com. That's SCHWISOW.com.
It's time for Bonsall Pool and Spa's Truckload event. From September 23rd through the 27th, stop by Bonsall Pool and Spa at 3201 Pioneers Boulevard to see an actual truck full of hot tubs with special prices. You'll save up to $3,000 on all hot tubs and swim spas, as well as $1,500 on all saunas and cold plunges. Use Nebraska football's bye week well by stopping in on September 27th for refreshments and giveaways. That's Bonsall Pool and Spa at 3201 Pioneers Boulevard in Lincoln.
When it comes to concrete, Stevens & Smith Construction doesn't stall. They go for the takedown. As Nebraska's full-service concrete contractor, they stay in bounds, hold inside position, and never forfeit quality. Whether it's foundations, flatwork, or concrete coatings, they elevate performance and pin down results that win every time. Stevens & Smith Construction is a proud sponsor of Takedown Tuesdays on 93.7 The Ticket. Because when it's time to wrestle with concrete, Stevens & Smith Construction slams expectations.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC. This month kicks off Koppel's 50th anniversary sale. We're celebrating 50 years by offering an additional $500 discount to the next 100 customers that buy a new vehicle. This is in addition to the huge savings already in place. You can take an extra $500 off our discounted price, or we can cut you a check on the spot. Celebrate with savings and see why customers have trusted Koppel since 1975. It's our way of saying thank you for all these years.
Hey, Husker fans, Max 10 is turning up the excitement this season. They're giving away a pair of Husker volleyball tickets, and every time you tan, you're entered to win. Experience the 2025 season tour featuring high-pressure tanning, rejuvenating red light therapy, and flawless spray tanning, all for just $20.25. Look good, feel amazing, and cheer on the Lady Huskers in style. Max Tan, take it to the max.
Did you know that deer collisions are covered under the comprehensive portion of your car insurance? That means, like with hail damage or vandalism, since they are out of your control, they don't usually raise your insurance rates. And that's a good thing, since most deer don't carry liability insurance. At Eustace Body Shop, we fixed all kinds of animal collision damage, from cows to raccoons, bobcats, and even turkeys. We can't do much for the animal, but we can get your car back on all fours and looking like new again.
The most recommended Eustace Body Shop. That's who we are.
MHC isn't a new company, just a new name. Moe's Moving is now Moe's Home and Commercial. Whether moving across town or across the state, MHC Moving has you covered, specializing in home, apartment, assisted, and independent living moves. MHC can handle your commercial moves as well. MHC Moving has 0 hidden fees. You'll never pay for same-day booking or be charged for stairs, heavy items, or elevator fees. Rates are the same Monday through Saturday, and you will never pay a truck or fuel surcharge. And they offer payment plans through PayPal. Call MHC Moving today at 402-853-7167 or go to mhcmoving.com.
Now back to The Drive with Aaron Davis and Nick Sainer, sponsored by Doors Plus on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
right, folks, we are back on this magnificent Monday. I stayed up later than I was supposed to, Nick, but I couldn't go to sleep on that game, man.
How could you?
I couldn't go to sleep on that game. There's no way I could do that. No way I could do that. No texture, 7092. That's my boy Alan. He graduated basic training this past Thursday. Man, congratulations to your son, Alan, graduating from basic training, Department of the Army.
That is
man, he
awesome.
looks sharp in his uniform, too.
That is awesome.
Man, congratulations. Unknown texter, text in your name so we know who you are. Text us, let us know, 7092. Congratulations to your family. That is no small feat. Congratulations to him, and thank you and thank him for his service and getting that done.
That's awesome.
Nick, we always like to make sure that people know who we partner with, and one of those is Jack Russell. Again, congratulations to the Russell family, marrying off their son. And Jack has been a well-respected representative since 1999 with Farm Bureau, and he'll protect your home, your vehicle, your family, even your future. Give Jack a call today at 402-421-9100 or visit one of his 2 locations in Lincoln or Seward and learn how Jack Russell of Farm Bureau Financial Services can help you. A big congrats to their fam. Man, I was so close to going, Nick, and I was like, you know what, dude, my head is about to explode. I'm hacking and everything. I was like, you don't go to somebody's wedding and do something like that.
It's not worth it.
Nah, it's not worth that. So, Nick, Arkansas, the Razorbacks are looking at a new coach because they made the decision to let Sam Pittman go. He was their former coach. They parted ways with him. He was 32-24 over 6 seasons. He won 9 games and rode to his AP Top 25 finish in 2021. But since then, man, it was pretty slim pickings for Sam Pittman and the Razorbacks. He reached 2 of the bowl games, but the program consistently fell below their expectations. Nick, I'm going to read you something because I know you pointed something out particularly to me last night before you flew out that I went up, looked up, and I was like, that's interesting. But Nick, here's something even more interesting. I want you to get your opinion on this. This is from their athletic director, Hunter Yurachek. He goes, the men's basketball program, they hired, obviously Calipari away from Kentucky. The boosters gave him money to succeed. $8 million salary. Mm-hmm. Far higher than 5.5 they gave Pittman, which I get it, though. You're bringing in a proven winner. I get that, okay? But 2.5 million, 3.5 million is a lot. 2.5, whatever it is. Baseball, he said, is priority. Now, this is what athletic director Hunter Yurachek said, okay? I believe we're set up to win a national championship in men's basketball moving forward, says athletic director Hunter Yurachek. We know we're set up to win a national championship in baseball moving forward. And I think we're set up in several other sports to win a national championship. Football, where we are right now, we're not set up to win a national championship. Mm-hmm. I'll just be brutally honest with that. But I think we're set up to compete really well in the Southern Conference, especially now with the new revenue sharing model. It's directly related to finances and what program we're able to invest their teams. Now, Nick, this was just the other day when he announced Bobby Petrino as the interim head coach.
Yeah.
I feel a change is necessary to put our student athletes and program in the best position to be successful, Yurachek said. The goal for our football program is to be highly competitive within the Southeastern Conference and compete for a national championship. Bro.
Yeah. It's really interesting. So now there was also additional news out of Fayetteville this morning. Bobby Petrino has fired defensive coordinator Travis Williams, defensive line coach Deke Adams, and defensive assistant Marcus Woodson.
Wow.
So I mean, it is a wholesale change coming to Fayetteville. I mean, that's 4 members of the staff that have now been fired in the last 24 hours, and it's in the midst of the season. Now, once again, we get to the question of why now. All teams have played, for the most part, most teams have played 5 weeks or 4 games, I should say. Mm-hmm. And so then you have the redshirt rule, so you're not pigeonholing players in terms of redshirt. And the way that Arkansas's schedule specifically lines up and matches up is that it's a bye week coming up this next week. And as we learned with UCLA, as we learned with Oklahoma State, this is the time to make a move if you're going to make a move. There's no reason to wait until the end of the year, especially when a buyout is dependent and can be fluid and is kind of relied upon, whether or not the amount of the buyout, I should say, is dependent on the record of the team. And so I think that when you look at Sam Pittman, one of the best offensive line coaches in college football, was at Georgia before he came to Arkansas. That's a heck of a jump, and there was a couple of bright spots, but it's almost as if at the end of the day, AD, he kind of made his own coffin. And what I say by that is the hires that you make.
Yeah.
Not in the way of it being a negative connotation and saying these assistant coaches around him are not doing well enough. And so Sam Pittman gets fired, but more so you bring back Bobby Petrino, who had double-digit win seasons prior to the motorcycle accident and then the personal matter. You bring back somebody that had success as the head coach, right? So when things start to go awry and things aren't going well, there's not only do you have the fan base going, man, there's a guy on the staff that, all right, you know what? If you win, we can look past a lot of stuff, especially things that happened over a decade ago, number one. And on the flip side, Bobby Petrino hasn't necessarily been calm or quiet in his desire to want the top job again. He's been outspoken that he wants to be a head coach at some point down the road again. And so, you know, when you kind of match everything up here, it's a really unfortunate situation for Sam Pittman. Will absolutely have a job next year as an offensive line coach somewhere.
Phil says if Pittman is one of the best O-line coaches out there, then Nebraska better start making some calls.
Oof.
You know, I tell you what, he will not be unemployed long at all.
No.
But you know what, Nick? He's got some health issues with his hip. He has some operations. And, Nick, you brought up a great point yesterday, and I dug into this. I have not seen a buyout like this before.
Yeah.
So Pittman, folks, we're talking about the coach Sam Pittman that was fired from Arkansas. His buyout depended on his winning percentage since 2021. If it's 500 or better, Arkansas owes him 75% of his remaining compensation, which would be about $9.8 million. If it's below 500, he gets 50% of the remaining, which is $6.9 million. The difference, of course, $3 million. His record since 2021 is 29-27, which is just above that 500 mark. So they're going to owe him that full amount, 75%. It'll be paid out monthly in installments to 2027. However, there is a mitigation clause in this. As the Lee Corso would say, not so fast, my friend.
Yeah.
Because Arkansas felt they kind of got snubbed a little bit by former Arkansas coach Brett Bielema, who basically drug his feet, they said, and took a very low-paying assistant job with the New England Patriots. So they said he must, now this is in the eye of the beholder, Pittman must make a good faith effort.
There it is.
For another coaching job. So any salary any new salary will offset what Arkansas owes. Let me ask you this. If you're Pittman and you're already kind of saying, I don't know if I want to coach, Nick, what would you do?
I mean, go get your money. I mean, that's the end of the day. Now, I will say this, risk management by Arkansas, because here's the thing.
They got screwed by Brett a little bit. But Brett,
they did.
But you know what? He was like, listen, you fired me. You can't tell me where I got to go and get a job. You owed me the money.
Yeah, I think that, and nobody can really say, hey, you had an opportunity at this job with this amount, but you needed to take that job instead of this job. Nobody can say that either. Now, Arkansas, though, I do respect Arkansas and the administration a little bit in this, making the decision when they did, because it's easy to look at Arkansas's schedule and you never, ever hope for your team to lose. You never do. But if they were wanting to salvage that $3 million, that if he was a little under 500, he could do, they'd pay him $3 million less. Their schedule shapes up to where they could be under 500, or his record would have been under 500 in the next couple of weeks.
Right.
They have to go to Knoxville, Tennessee on the 11th and play 15th ranked Tennessee. Then they host 6th ranked Texas A&M.
Good Lord.
They host Auburn. They host Mississippi State. They have to go to Baton Rouge, to Austin, Texas, and then play top 20 Missouri. That's their remaining schedule. There's a pretty good chance that Arkansas, if they would have allowed Sam Pittman to finish the year, that they would have been under 500. But as an administration, you can never, ever say, all right, we're going to keep Sam Pittman here, try to save the $3 million, but in order to save the $3 million, we have to hope we lose.
We're going to fire him in October. That's a janky move,
you cannot do that.
That's
so I do respect Arkansas. They put the program and the fans and the integrity, if you will, of Arkansas football as the first and foremost priority over saving the few $1 million.
As much as those comments about Yurchek's commitment to football,
I do respect that.
Yeah.
Because they could easily say, you know what, we're going to do this. We're going to do this November 1st.
We're going to do this after they lose the next 2 games
Yeah.
on October
Yeah.
19th.
Because they're in the press box rooting for you almost to lose to save that money.
And you can't do that.
No.
You cannot do that.
Well, folks, there's that puts, you figure with Sam Pittman being gone now, that puts a lot of other programs, they joined other programs that are looking for a new head coach as well. You have, of course, you got Stanford, you've got UCLA,
yep.
You have Virginia Tech, now you have Arkansas, and you also, there's one I'm missing, Oklahoma State that's missing. So
the gentleman, I really would be interested to see how he'd be received in Fayetteville. A guy that's 4-0 right now at UNLV, Dan Mullen. Dan Mullen built Mississippi State into an SEC winner. Was somewhat successful at Florida, but was, there was some miscommunication and disagreements with a couple of top boosters there. And I'd be really interested to see how Dan Mullen would be received in Fayetteville. Missouri, Ole Miss, those teams have built themselves into contenders and players in the SEC. There's no more so Missouri than even Ole Miss. There's no reason Arkansas can't be in that conversation as well.
You know what, Nick? I totally agree. When we come back, unknown texter 4746. We're definitely going to get to this probably at the 10:30. We're going to get to it because I love your question about the ending of the Indiana Iowa game as well. Folks, we got some history. We'll probably try to throw that one in there as well. 10 o'clock, we got some Husker news. Just kind of going, previewing from what they have coming up against the Sparty that comes to town 3 p.m. on Saturday. We'll be back. It's The Drive.
Hey, Husker fans, Max 10 is turning up the excitement this season. They're giving away a pair of Husker volleyball tickets, and every time you tan, you're entered to win. Experience the 2025 season tour featuring high-pressure tanning, rejuvenating red light therapy, and flawless spray tanning, all for just $20.25. Look good, feel amazing, and cheer on the Lady Huskers in style. Max 10. Take it to the max.
All right, Lincoln, if you're a diesel technician who's ready to earn up to $40 an hour and you're tired of working nights and weekends, listen up. Inland Truck Parts and Service is hiring experienced diesel technicians right here in Lincoln, and they're offering what every hardworking tech wants. Monday through Friday hours, no nights, no weekends, and paid training on advanced diesel technology. With 37 locations across 12 states, career advancement opportunities are endless. Start building towards your future and apply today at inlandtruck.com. That's inlandtruck.com. Or text APPLY to 785-369-1320. When it comes to concrete, Stevens & Smith Construction doesn't stall. They go for the takedown. As Nebraska's full-service concrete contractor, they stay in bounds, hold inside position, and never forfeit quality. Whether it's foundations, flatwork, or concrete coatings, they elevate performance and pin down results that win every time. Stevens & Smith Construction is a proud sponsor of Takedown Tuesdays on 93.7 The Ticket. Because when it's time to wrestle with concrete, Stevens & Smith Construction slams expectations.
At Fairway Meat Market, your family. And as part of the family, they want to save you money on your meat and groceries. Now through October 5th, enjoy 8-ounce USDA choice bacon wrapped sirloins for $5.88 each. All natural boneless chicken breast, $2.99 per pound. Fresh pork sausage, $2.49 per pound. And fresh salmon fillets for $9.99 per pound. That's all at Fairway Meat Market in the Rockledge Square Shopping Center just south of 84th and Van Dorn.
At Parkview Animal Hospital in Lincoln, it's not just their professional care that sets them apart, but their warm staff and state-of-the-art facilities. Whether it's for a routine checkup or a comprehensive medical procedure, at Parkview, your pet isn't just another number, but a valued member of their caring family. Visit them at PAHLincoln.com today and in person just south of 14th and Pine Lake Road. Parkview Animal Hospital, your pet, their passion for happier, healthier, furry friends.
Concrete Industries has immediate job openings for precast production laborers and maintenance technicians. Concrete Industries offers great pay, health benefits, 401k, a wellness program, holidays, and paid time off. Apply today to earn a starting pay of $21.50 per hour plus a $1,500 hiring bonus. Concrete Industries is hiring all experience levels and offers on-the-job training. Start your career today as a precast production laborer or maintenance technician. Visit concreteindustries.com.
MHC isn't a new company, just a new name. Moe's Moving is now Moe's Home and Commercial. Whether moving across town or across the state, MHC Moving has you covered, specializing in home, apartment, assisted, and independent living moves. MHC can handle your commercial moves as well. MHC Moving has 0 hidden fees. You'll never pay for same-day booking or be charged for stairs, heavy items, or elevator fees. Rates are the same Monday through Saturday, and you will never pay a truck or fuel surcharge. And they offer payment plans through PayPal. Call MHC Moving today at 402-853-7167 or go to mhcmoving.com.
Sometimes good people make mistakes. When you find yourself in need of an attorney, call Liberty Law Group. The attorneys at Liberty Law Group will defend you in court and protect your freedom to get you the best possible outcome and the justice you deserve. Trust your freedom to Liberty Law Group, the best criminal attorneys in Nebraska and Iowa. Call them today at 877-404-5238. That's 877-404-5238. Or check them out online at libertylawgroup.com.
I'm Kirk Herbstreit, and today I'm eating Raising Cane's. I want a solid bench of 4 chicken fingers, crinkle-cut fries with Texas toast. Now back to you, Todd.
So the usual.
Make Raising Cane's part of your game day lineup.
Salt Mine City is your go-to brewery in the Haymarket for craft beers and great food. Enjoy a full menu of great items daily for lunch and dinner, like their Big Fatty 7-ounce hamburger or a Reuben sandwich served on Blackstone rye bread. And don't forget their beef or chicken nachos with guacamole, sour cream, jalapenos, and more. Wash it down with one of their 12 beers on tap, including the popular Single Axle Light American Lager. Salt Mine City, now open 2 p.m. Monday through Thursday and 11 a.m. Friday through Sunday at 8th and R.
When your home fills up with family, Allo Fiber makes sure that space is a happy place for everyone. Allo Fiber experts install it all, and full service means step-by-step support, guiding you through everything so you can stay connected to what matters, and the family can always feel at home. Put the game on, and don't worry about your Wi-Fi calling a timeout. Better TV and internet service is one connection away. Call Allo at 866-481-2556 or visit allofiber.com.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see mainly sunny skies with a light breeze. It'll be warm with an afternoon high near 88. Tonight, mainly cloudy skies and light winds, the low around 60. And tomorrow, we'll see mostly cloudy skies throughout the day. It will be breezy with an afternoon high near 81. I'm meteorologist Kyle Flecker for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We strive to help people get into home ownership. That is the American dream. Having something that you can go home at night and say, this is mine, is very important. The great thing about Remington Homes is affordability.
Bob Benish of Aspen Builders, talking about their exciting new division, Remington Homes, which makes the home building process easier.
The exciting thing about a Remington home is you get to choose your floor plan from predetermined floor plans. We give you a lot of choices, and you couple that with our great lot selection in all different areas. People do not want to be married to their house payment. They want to get a nice house with nice finishes in a great area for an affordable price. And that's what Remington Homes are all about.
Home building is easier with a Remington home from Aspen Builders at 423-6811. Online at remingtonlincoln.com. remingtonlincoln.com.
Now back to The Drive with Aaron Davis and Nick Sainer. Sponsored by Doors Plus on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, folks, we are back on this beautiful Monday morning. Husker women's volleyball took care of business in shorthand over this past week. Both games this past weekend as well, so they still remain undefeated, #1 in the nation. I did not watch that game, Nick, because there was so much football on, but because I kind of would scan back and forth, I'm like, okay, yeah, they're handling business. The only match on Sunday, I think it might, or Saturday, so I could be confused. Forgive me if I am wrong. There was only one match that was actually close against on Sunday's match, I believe, and they ended up sweeping them as well. So a big shout out to the ladies, almost because we're just expecting just automatic from them at this point.
Isn't it crazy now? They are getting ready for a massive one this week. They face off against Penn State later this week in a couple of days. Nebraska over the weekend, as you mentioned, or excuse me, on Saturday, swept Maryland. at home. But yeah, Friday, 7 p.m. on nationally televised Fox, Nebraska versus Penn State. Penn State slipped a little bit in the rankings, but still, I mean, obviously one of the notable programs in volleyball, but it's there. It's an East Coast trip for Nebraska. They face off against Penn State and Rutgers on Friday and Saturday night before returning home next week.
They got a big one ahead of them. Folks, in history, in 1992, Magic Johnson announces his return to play basketball, but he did not follow through on that. End up playing the Olympics, of course, on the Dream Team, and did that. I think he, after the Olympics, kind of like, you know what? Yeah, I'm done. So I definitely remember that when he was announced he was going to come back. Never came to fruition on that. And in track and field, Joyner Kersee wins gold. 1980 American athlete Jackie Joyner Kersee wins her second gold medal of the Seoul Olympics by taking the long jump with Olympic record leap, 7.4 meters, having previously won the heptathlon. She was an amazing athlete, but Jackie Joyner Kersee. Those were the good old days in the Olympics, Nick, when when things were just nuts as far as athletics goes.
How about this one? In 2017, Nebraska goes on the road to Illinois and wins 28-6 to get their third win of the year. Tanner Lee on the day, 17 of 24 passing for 3 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. For that, Stanley Morgan Jr. led the way, 8 catches, 96 yards, and a touchdown. DeMornay Pearsonell caught a pass. Tyler Hoppus caught a touchdown. Divino Zigbo ran the rock for 106 yards and a score. Nebraska knocks off Illinois 28-6 on the road in Champaign on this day in 2017. Man.
The good old days.
Nebraska had 411 total yards of offense. They held Illinois to 199. I mean, Nebraska dominated this game.
They did. Tanner Lee was a heck of a quarterback, man. He was a gunslinger at times. Not
consistent.
I
would say not the most consistent.
Not the most consistent, but when he was on though.
His Nebraska season completed 58% of his passes for 3,100 yards, 23 touchdowns, 16 INTs.
Not a good.
He was sacked 17 times. Yeah. Now I will say, the other parts, you look back at why Nebraska was intrigued by Tanner Lee through the portal. I will never understand. I mean, barely completed over 50% of his passes in both seasons at Tulane. Had combined in Tulane in his freshman year was 12-14 for touchdowns to interceptions, and then 11-7. Not great by any means. When you have over 2 seasons, what is that? 23 touchdowns and 21 INTs. Not a great ratio there, but Nebraska chose to go get him out of the portal. He was their starting quarterback, spent some short time with the Jacksonville Jaguars in the league, and now who knows what Tanner Lee is up to.
Yeah, Eric, I will say this. Maybe not good old days. That was a good day. We'll say that.
Yeah.
That was a good day because they were still getting boat raced quite a few times. But now
look where Illinois is.
Yeah, man. They bounced back after getting bounced by actually demolished by Indiana last week. And Indiana had everything they could get from Iowa. It shows you the parity of of college football, which we'll get into that at 10:30.
This is what we wanted.
Absolutely. It's what we wanted. It's what it is. When we come back, folks, we'll talk Huskers a little bit and the college football scoreboards from this weekend because there was a lot of action that took place, and it all started Friday night in Virginia. We'll be back. It's The Drive.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Underground, who has been serving local contractors and utility contractors all across the state since 1997. When you see the black and white trucks, you know the baddest dudes in the business have arrived. Bauer is currently looking for equipment operators, laborers, diesel mechanics, and aerial linemen. Join the brotherhood built on hard work, authentic people, and pedigree of success. Bauer, a family-friendly company who reminds you, go Big Red!
Join LES at 6 p.m. Thursday, October 9th at the LES Operations Center to learn about the utilities' proposed 2026 budget and electric rates, and share your input at the annual public meeting. Learn more at les.com.
Advanced Medical Imaging is hosting their 3rd annual Breast Cancer Awareness Walk on October 11th at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard. Hear inspiring stories from survivors, enjoy local food truck vendors, a live DJ, and other family-friendly activities as we unite to bring awareness about breast cancer. Check-in begins at 8:30 a.m. with the walk starting at 9. Register your team today for Advanced Medical Imaging's 3rd Annual Breast Cancer Awareness Walk online at amimaging.com. Let's walk for those we've lost, for those still fighting, and for a future without breast cancer.
This is Rick Heyman with Sartor Heyman Jewelers. Sartor Heyman is celebrating 120 years, and you could win big. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram for your chance to win a $120 gift certificate every week. That's right, we're giving away $120 every week as a thank you for being part of our story. Don't miss your chance to treat yourself. Follow Sartor Heyman Jewelers today. Celebrating 120 years. Sartor Heyman, when only the best will do.
Select Plumbing and Utility has been serving Lincoln and the surrounding area for 14 years, and they're not slowing down. Select Plumbing and Utility handles all your plumbing needs, from faucets and water heaters to full renovations, and they can even help with your heating and cooling needs. They're also Lincoln's underground experts, repairing and replacing broken underground water and sewer lines since day one. Contact Select Plumbing and Utility today at 402-560-6197, assuring excellence in every situation, opportunity, and challenge. That's 402-560-6197.
Hi, I'm Sarai, your personal banker here at Midwest Bank. I'm proud to serve our community in English and in Espanol because everyone deserves a banker who understands them. This Hispanic Heritage Month, we're celebrating the traditions, values, and dreams that make our community strong. Whether you're opening your first account, planning for the future, or growing your business, estoy aquí para ayudarle a alcanzar sus metas. I'm here to help you reach your goals. Your community, your bank, Midwest Bank. Member FDIC.
Are you ready to transform your body and your life in just 10 weeks? At Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping, our kickboxing challenge combines heart-pumping cardio, strength training, and proven nutrition coaching to deliver real results. Lose fat, gain strength, and feel more confident than ever. Spots are limited. Don't wait. Join the next Farrell's 10-week challenge starting October 11th and take the first swing towards a healthier, stronger you. Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping, results, not excuses. Join today, fxblincoln.com. That's fxblincoln.com.
Attention all Wings fans, Buffalo Wings and Rings has daily specials that will make you want to stop in on all days of the week. Kids eat free on Mondays, and on Tuesdays, enjoy 40% off boneless or traditional wings at a price that makes the whole family happy. And come back on Wednesdays for $1.39 chicken tenders all day long. Get to Wings and Rings today, 68th and O, or in Williamsburg Village.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet, KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills Global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
Welcome to The Drive with Aaron Davis and Nick Sainert. Former football national champion, speaker, and author Aaron Davis.
Pain is a teacher if you use it. And the lessons in the carnage of pain sometimes are elusive. They hide, they're stealth. The work is finding the lessons through the pain. There's always a message in the mess. Depends on if we want to get dirty and look for it.
Nick Sainert.
Driving left side is Boyer, picks up his dribble, looking for some help, decides to go up strong with it, and the layup will rattle home. Jack Riley picks the pocket of BJ Bradford up the floor to Jack Ostrider. Watch out! Lafisi in the lane, kicks it out. 3-ball, Townsley, right wing, it's good!
Sponsored by Doors Plus on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, folks, we are back. Nebraska takes on Michigan State Saturday, 3 p.m. Niggas at Fox.
I think it's Fox Sports 1. So not actual Fox, but Fox Sports 1. We should find at some point here, we should learn the kickoff times for some upcoming games. When you look at Nebraska football schedule, there's quite a few of them that are still to be determined. And I mean, even what we should find out today, actually, what time Nebraska at Maryland is going to be. We'll find out that one. That one's a road game. Then the following Friday, Nebraska goes to Minnesota. We know that one is a 7 p.m. kick on a Friday night. And then the following weekend after that, all the other games to follow, except for Iowa, are all to be determined. And the main reason why we all know this is they want to flex them to wherever, depending on how Nebraska's season's going, depending on how the opponent's season is going, that all plays a factor into what TV slot that they get. I don't know. Nebraska's best chance for a big noon matchup or like prime TV spot matchup is probably going to be USC. I would imagine. I haven't looked, obviously, I guess, at the rest of the college football schedule for that game. I wouldn't also hate the idea of potentially Nebraska and Maryland being that 2:30 slot on CBS, but haven't necessarily seen what other games are going on in those weekends. But I don't know, AD. I like the. All right, so if we go to the Big Ten schedule next weekend for Nebraska, Indiana, okay, so it probably won't be. I would imagine maybe this would be like a 6:30 on Big Ten Network or a 3 p.m. on Fox Sports 1 again. You look at some of the other games that are going on that weekend. Ohio State and Illinois, I would imagine. Indiana at Oregon. Hello. Can you imagine Kurt Signetti in Eugene?
That is going to be interesting. Where's that Ohio State-Illinois game at?
In Champaign. Which makes it a little more daunting for Ohio State. Michigan goes to USC. Iowa goes to Wisconsin, Nebraska to Maryland. So you're probably looking at big noon will probably be Indiana, Oregon if they get their way. The Saturday 2:30 slot will probably be Ohio State, Illinois. Michigan and USC, I would imagine, would be a Fox that would probably be the Michigan USC game. I would imagine might be the Peacock game, or Michigan USC could be the 2:30 and Indiana Oregon be the Peacock game. Nebraska Maryland, I would probably say a 3 p.m. Fox Sports 1 is what that feels like again for the second consecutive week potentially. I don't know.
Indiana Iowa was on Peacock. I pulled up my Peacock account, still don't know if I had one or not, and watched that game.
Yeah.
On Saturday, so that was obviously a good game. Nick, we're going to answer.
I like the NBC presentation.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. It was good commentary.
I see people are coming at like the Big Ten for their TV slate and stuff. I don't mind it. I don't hate it. I like Fox in the morning. I like CBS in the middle of the day, and I like NBC at night. I think they're good presentations, better than ESPN in a lot of those.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Folks, we do have Nebraska get little quick snippets, and I think Rule talk today.
Yes, he will.
So we'll have some footage for that for tomorrow. But overall, going into Nebraska versus Michigan State, both teams coming at 3-1 into this game on Saturday. Rushing offense, we rank 86. Michigan State is 72. Some of the notables also in passing offense, Nebraska's number 2. They rank 76. Total offense, we're 13th. They're 80th. So obviously our offense is pretty strong. Overall, as far as time of possession, I know we kind of the same right there, but strength of schedule, we're at 56.
Yeah.
And they're at 37. So it's going to be, like I said, those are just a few snippets out of all these things. Like I said, we'll have a lot more as the week progresses. But as far as total defense, we're ranked 14th and they're 91st. We're averaging 249 yards a game, giving up that many. They're giving up 384. Nick, from an offensive standpoint, we should be, obviously, I'm not going to say dominant, but we should be able to hold our own against Michigan State as far as that goes. Michigan State, obviously, it's just their coach's second year.
It is.
It's the second year coming in, so it's got a little more of his guys, if you would. I hate that term, but, some of his guys in there from portal, et cetera, some guys who have stayed. This game, Nick, is going to be one, and people always say, is this a must-win game? I always feel that every game is a must-win game. I just always feel that way when it comes into it. What's your initial thoughts on Michigan State?
I think this is one where Nebraska should be capable of winning. I don't think comfortably though. I'm a lot higher on Michigan State than a lot of other people are. I thought that even the Michigan State matchup against USC, I think Aiden Childs is severely underrated in the conference. This is the year of the quarterback. You know, this is where you have Dante Moore at Oregon, and you have Mendoza at Indiana, and you have even attractive transfers like Mark Gronowski, who statistically is not playing well, but you're recognizing the name, and Dylan Raiola and Drew Aller and Julian Sayin. Like, you have these names that everybody knows. We forget that Aiden Childs was a pretty well-known recruit, a high 4-star that Jonathan Smith handpicked at Oregon State when he was there to be the Beavers' next quarterback. And then ultimately, when he left, he said, well, we're going to actually wait, and we're going to take Aiden Childs with us from Oregon State to East Lansing to Michigan State. Aiden Childs, he does a lot of things really well. He's still a young quarterback. And I think that he's somebody that Nebraska could have severe trouble with. For where they're currently at, I think Aiden Childs is better than Bryce Underwood. Bryce Underwood has the higher ceiling, but I think Aiden Childs right now is a better quarterback.
Aiden Childs has already got 868 total yards in passing, averaging almost close to 70% percentage rates, 9 touchdowns, as long as 75. He's averaging about 217 a game as far as that goes. And one of the major recipients of a lot of those passes, the receiver Amari Kelly, he's got 317 total yards so far, 1 touchdown. But also Nick Marsh is another one with 3 touchdowns on the season. Their leading rusher right now is Mekhi Frazier. Frazier's got 281 yards. So he's averaging about 7, nothing glaring at you, like which none of their numbers are, with the exception of Aiden Childs just being a very, I would say, formidable and very serviceable quarterback as far as that goes. But I do agree with you, Nick. I think he's underlooked quite a bit with Michigan State. I think he didn't play terrible against USC that late game a few weeks back. I watched the highlights from that. Just some errors they made. But I tell you what, Michigan State, man, is a team that's going to, Nick, I'm with you. I don't think this is a blowout game in particular. I think it's a close game.
Yeah, I think it is. And if you actually look at it, it's pretty crazy because Aiden Childs, that is, and Dylan Raiola actually had very similar seasons in 2024 to each other. Both of them had the same number of touchdowns and same number of interceptions, 13 and 11. Dylan had about 350 more passing yards than Aiden Childs. Dylan completed a couple percentage points higher of his passes, but in grand totality, Michigan State, Aiden Childs and Dylan had a pretty similar 2024, and they've had a relatively similar start to 2025. Both sides only with 1 INT through a couple of games. Dylan, similar to last year, because Michigan State runs the ball a little bit better. Similar to last year, Dylan has a couple hundred more yards. It's completing a little bit better percentage-wise, but ultimately Aiden Childs right now completing close to 70% of his passes, 9 touchdowns, 1 INT. Is somebody that has, in his 3rd year of college football, understands the importance of taking care of the football, understands the offense that Jonathan Smith has there as well, and has really good size, 6'3", 225-pound quarterback. Aiden Childs moves well. Can throw the ball well as well, and is somebody Nebraska's going to certainly have to. It's a similar story to Bryce Underwood. Might not lean on his legs, but is able to use them if needed.
Yeah, make you pay the price if you're if they catch you being undisciplined as far as that goes.
This is once again, like, at the end of the day, just a chance for Nebraska's, especially the front 7, I suppose, to really, really like bounce back.
Absolutely.
Like, I mean, I hate the cliche phrase "get right," AD, but I guess that this is what you would classify as a get right game for Nebraska for the trench groups, for the offensive and defensive lines. This is the get right game. This is where you bounce back and show we do have some sort of ability to be able to protect our quarterback and get to the quarterback, whichever side of the line that you're on. And they're going to have to contain Aiden Childs, in my opinion. I like Aiden a lot.
It's going to be, like I said, we'll have a lot more of this coming up this week, obviously breaking down Michigan State versus Nebraska. Nebraska, the last thing we got from Nebraska for today, that's maybe the last thing, but enough notable news. Jabari Watkins, a 2027 recruit. Nebraska, we secured our 4th commitment for the 2027 class. Jabari Watkins out of Thomasville, Georgia. Thomas County Central is where he was at. 4-star receiver, number 323 recruit in the nation, number 43 rated wide receiver in the nation for the 2027 class. Nick, this is another great get for Nebraska. Obviously, there's a lot of time between now. I'm like I said, you're always good. It's nice to see him.
Yeah.
But you got to keep him in this crazy day and age of recruiting, because just like he was other places, he could do the same here. But for right now, like I said, for all intents and purposes, Jabari Watkins has committed to Nebraska.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. I mean, it's continuing to shape up. That 2027 class is going to be, I mean, really the pride and joy of this staff's time so far in Nebraska. You look at who they have committed. This is according to Huskers 24/7 Sports, and their lowest rated recruit, it comes out of Omaha at a really good size. Matt Erickson, the offensive lineman, 6'8", 280 is what he's listed at. The number 2 player in the state of Nebraska. But then you look elsewhere, and it's 3 top 200 guys. Jabari Watkins comes in at 200th on the nose, 6'2", 180-pound wide receiver. You have Torrey Pittman III, and then Trey Taylor, obviously Nebraska's 2027 class currently ranks 6th in the country overall. And this is kind of, I think, a byproduct as well. Nebraska over the weekend actually got a decommitment about less than a week ago, so not quite over the weekend. But from Bonwell White, the wide receiver, the 3-star wide receiver of the 2026 class. And so that could also just be a situation to where, as you're shuffling things around, understanding, okay, maybe we don't need to take an extra wide receiver in 26, but we do want to take a couple extra in 2027, where you think you might need you might identify some needs from the portal more so than high school recruiting. Just some reshuffling is what it appears to be. Nebraska, they get a decommitment from a 2026 guy, but they get a commitment from a 2027 recruit. And so there you have it there for Nebraska. It's just a situation, I think, of just numbers and shuffling around and no concern there for any reason.
Another day in the life recruiting.
I will say, in terms of the recruiting game, there's Nebraska's top rated commit, Danny Odom. Danny Odom is a member of the 2026 class. This is a guy Nebraska was incredibly early on to get. He's a top 75 guy in the national rankings, has offers from everywhere, like Ohio State, Oklahoma, Auburn, Penn State. Clemson's in that list as well, Florida, Indiana. This is once again a top 75 guy, a defensive back, 6'2", 180 pounds. Nebraska has his commitment right now, but a school that's been monitoring Danny Odom for a while just offered, and that is the University of Michigan. And so Michigan ends up offering Danny Odom. That's certainly a player in the Danny Odom conversation. But yeah, Danny Odom, who is a commitment right now, Nebraska. He just visited a little bit ago as well. He ends up getting an offer from Michigan, who's a team that has been monitoring the defensive back out of Orlando, Florida for a while.
Jabari Watkins chose Nebraska or Florida State, Cal, and Illinois. Nick, as we go into the college scoreboard from this past weekend, and we want to make sure we answer this one first. It's a pretty quick answer. Someone asked about the finish of the Indiana versus Iowa game. Why did the Indiana quarterback, basically it was going to be the last snap, why did he run all the way into the end zone and take a safety when he could literally just ran 15 yards back or 10 yards back, ran around and just dropped to his knees? Game would have been over. Why did he run to the end zone? Nick, want to explain just from the let's say the betting margins of what it could have done.
Well, yeah. So I mean, the quarterback Fernando Mendoza for Indiana, he wanted to waste the clock, run out the clock, and running through the end zone, it gets a safety, and instead of winning 20-13, Indiana wins 20-15. But ultimately, he actually said in a post-game press conference, and he's the one that kind of brought this up. The spread closed at Indiana -8.5, so even at 20-13, it would not have affected spreads. And so anyway, he said that he noticed there was zeros on the clock when he was at the 2-yard line. He could have just gone down, but he said, I figured might as well just keep running through the end zone just to be better safe than sorry.
He was running like Forrest Gump.
Yeah.
I was watching. I was like, where you going, dog?
And so he apologized. He said, I'm sorry that if I cooked some of the parlays after the game. But I mean, here's the thing. So realistically, what would that have been? You would have had to have Iowa alternate spread, because you can change the spread. Like when you bet, you can change the line if you want to. It changes the payout, obviously.
7.5.
So it would have been, you would have had to change it to, if you had Iowa plus 5.5, then yeah, it would have, or Indiana minus 6.5. That would have, probably screwed you. But ultimately, it didn't affect a large conglomerate.
No.
If you're changing the spreads, whatever.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's a whole different.
That's a
type
whole
of betting
different
right
ball.
there,
Yeah, it's a
man.
whole different ballpark.
Nick, one of the things I want to get to as well, obviously the Iowa dropped that one. Indiana bounced back and took care of business and won that one. Unknown Texter 6296 says, I think Nebraska has a really good chance to keep the hopes of this season by bouncing back the way Illinois did. Illinois got bullied in the lines by Indiana. It was an ugly game, but came out against USC. It was clearly the better team on both sides of the line of scrimmage. Nebraska needs to play with an edge and say we've grown. Last week, it's not who we want to be. I agree with you. They got a chance. And Nick, I think it goes back to your point. I don't think it's cliche-edged at all. I think it is a great opportunity for a bounce-back game for Nebraska, man.
It is. It's a massive opportunity. Also, I mean, as much as we hate it, there are still a couple of position groups or a main position group that feels kind of up for grabs, and it's at that left tackle position. Now, that is what's going to be really fascinating going into today's press conference with Matt Rule, is when we get the depth chart at left tackle, is it Elijah Pritchett or is it Ryan or Gunnar Gatula? Because
very interesting.
that is the biggest question, I think, going into Saturday, is a couple of positions groups to where he said it, Matt Rule, that is, he talked about it in his last, bye-week press conference last Monday, where he mentioned, at the end of the day, we might just have to play guys and overlook some things if they're better than the next guy. And so that almost sounded like Elijah Pritchett, we can expect him to be a starter this week. I don't know if that's true. I don't have any inside knowledge on that. But ultimately, Nebraska, as we said about the Ryder Cup, as we say about Nebraska all the time, you need your dudes to produce.
Yeah.
You need your players to go make plays, whether that's in the trenches or at skill positions.
Nick, before we get into the scores, I want to get your opinion on this, because I think it's absurd. I really do.
What's absurd?
The number of people that I have heard calling for James Franklin's job at Penn State. I think it's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. James Franklin, Nick, okay? I'm going to pull this up. I might have a hard time finding it because I shot this to myself a little while ago. Just as overall. Well, we know he's in big games, he struggled. We do know that. Nick, are they crazy in Happy Valley? Do you think that conversation should even be had at this point, given his record? Now, granted, against top teams, you can look. I know you're looking it up real fast. Against top teams, it's not good. We get that. But to say to get rid of James Franklin, I think I think it's more absurd to say to get rid of James Franklin than Dabo Swinney.
Oh, I would not. I push back.
I went a little too far on that. Dabo's got 2 natties.
Yeah, I was saying somebody's got national
I had the
championships.
Monday morning crazy.
Yep.
So no, let me throw that comment out. The AD's big mouth and big nose, everything got in the way.
No, you're good.
That's absurd. But I still think it's just absurd to say to get rid of James Franklin, bro. Really, Nick? If you're the AD at Penn State,
yeah,
your team showed a lot of resolve and mettle to even come back in that game against Landon. Landon's doing the throat slash and everything else, which he said his players meant, to put them out of their misery. They've been talking about that all week. Put them out of their misery. I don't care if they do. I mean, it is what it is. For them to show the resolve, and granted, they're at home, 100,000, 110,000 folks going crazy and all white out. They battled back. But for the number of people, I was listening to some of the Pennsylvania radio out there just online, and they were going crazy. He needs to go. He needs to go. Man, Nick, I'm thinking, be careful. That's just me.
I get it. James Franklin in his career has a record of 17-27 against top 25 teams. Less than 40% win percentage. I think this is when comparison, we talk about it being the thief of joy comparisons, the thief of joy. They compare that job at Penn State, and they compare they feel like the success that they should have in Happy Valley is the same that they're experiencing in Columbus and in Eugene, and now you see Indiana, and now that they feel like they're on that level, right? And to their point, and to back up the fans here, is that James Franklin hasn't won. He hasn't won the big ones. He won the Big Ten title with Trace McSorley. He won the Big Ten title with Saquon Barkley. We know that. But since then, it's been very, very rocky. C. Munden brings up, and I get this. I understand this. C. Munden says, did James Franklin throw that interception into triple coverage in overtime? Which the answer is no. Getting rid of James Franklin would be a gold mine for numerous jobs hiring.
Absolutely.
However,
he would choose
let me
where
say
he wanted
this.
to go.
Let me say this. C. Munden, he did not throw that interception. However, he did choose to stick with Drew Aller and let Bo Pribula go to an SEC school in Missouri because he chose Drew Aller over him. That's we have to. So yes, you are absolutely right. Both of these things are right and accurate. Players got to make plays.
Yeah.
Right. And it's more so in the heat of the moment, decision making. Yes, you're absolutely right, C. Munden. However, I would say it's less about that specific throw from Drew Aller it's less about that and more so for me, the big body of work that we've seen from Drew Aller to where time after time, moment after moment, Drew Aller does not show up.
Yeah,
and Penn State continues to stick with him. They continue to shuffle and shoo everybody else that they bring in through high school rankings and potential transfer portal additions. They continue to shoo them out the door. They have success at other stops, and they stick with Drew Aller.
It's a bit of an indictment. I mean, it's hard to ignore that. Ron, great point here. He goes, good morning to you, brother. But if you think about it, AD, they're always a top team in the Big Ten. They don't live up to the hype year after year. The expectations are high there. They've been underperforming for a while. There is no lies at all with that.
You convinced two running backs in Katron Allen and Nick Singleton. You convinced not one, but both of them to come back this year to Penn State when both of them would have been drafted in the NFL draft last season. And they're going to be fine individually. But you convinced them to come back. Why? Because you can beat teams like Oregon. You can beat the teams like Ohio State. You can compete for national championships. That was not a step in the right direction. And part of it is the quarterback. I am as far away from a Drew Aller stan as you can be. I do not think that he's been very good for Penn State. Well, but yet, who's the decision maker to keep putting Drew Aller out there?
Comes out on you. Cody from Broken Bow. They chanted "Fire Franklin" in the third quarter, and people on the message boards referenced Nebraska, saying they would rather go through what we have since Pelini than when they are right now. And you know, to think about it, it's in Cody, I heard those chants, and it was absolutely ridiculous. I'm thinking, and I did not see the message boards, though, but until you've gone through what Nebraska's going through, it's kind of like that old saying, be careful what you wish for.
Yeah. Yeah.
Be very careful. It seems like they forgot how bad they were once the whole Sandusky scandal went, and they were just, just anathema of college football. So
Penn State will be fine. They're 3-1, 0-1 in the Big Ten. But they'll be undefeated in October. They'll play UCLA. They got the cross country travel of UCLA this weekend. Then they host Northwestern. They go to Iowa. Their November is a gauntlet, though. November's a gauntlet. They start out going on the road to number 1 Ohio State. Then they host 8th ranked Indiana. They travel to Michigan State and then host Nebraska and travel to Rutgers to end the year. But more so at the beginning of that November, Ohio State on the road and then Indiana back to back is brutal. So
unknown texter 5162. Before we go to break, Penn State's expectations for itself are higher than the nation's expectations for them.
Oh, I actually disagree because there's a lot of people that thought Penn State should be a national championship contender this season.
They still could be
because they do have an experienced quarterback and 2 really good running backs. They were equating, not to the level, but they were equating and comparing Katron Allen, Nicholas Singleton to Ohio State's Travion Henderson and Quinshon Judkins of last season. And we saw what that did for Ohio State, obviously giving them the national title.
Dude, you look at even in the top 10, and I know the other ranking will come out tomorrow, but half of the top 10, half, but a third of them have losses already. You know what I'm saying? So everybody's
shout out to parity, man.
Yeah, everybody's still in this Joker, man. So the fire when your record is now, I can understand the coaches that were fired because of their situations. It's been years encompassing, but
It's the parody, like you mentioned. It's the fun of watching it. Folks, when we come back, we'll go down some more scores in collegiate football because, Nick, I want to get to a lot more scores that were intriguing to me. Florida State falls Friday night. We'll talk about it. It's The Drive, 93.7 The Ticket.
$93.7 The Ticket. Fox KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Your Lincoln forecast for today. We'll see mainly sunny skies with a light breeze. It'll be warm with an afternoon high near 88. Tonight, mainly cloudy skies and light winds. The low around 60. And tomorrow, we'll see mostly cloudy skies throughout the day. It'll be breezy with an afternoon high near 81. I'm meteorologist Kyle Fletcher for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Ready to upgrade your harvest lineup? Right now at Landmark Implement, get up to a 36-month waiver on select John Deere combines. That's 3 full years with no interest, giving you the flexibility to put the reliability of John Deere to work on your farm. Our team is here to keep your operation running strong with the latest technology, unmatched parts and service support, and the reliability of John Deere equipment. Visit your local Landmark Implement today or check us out at landmarkimp.com and experience the Landmark difference.
Salt Mine City is your go-to brewery in the Haymarket for craft beers and great food. Enjoy a full menu of great items daily for lunch and dinner, like their Big Fatty 7-ounce hamburger or a Reuben sandwich served on Blackstone rye bread. And don't forget their beef or chicken nachos with guacamole, sour cream, jalapenos, and more. Wash it down with one of their 12 beers on tap, including the popular Single Axle Light American Lager. Salt Mine City, now open 2 p.m. Monday through Thursday and 11 a.m. Friday through Sunday at 8th and R.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills Global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
Empire Netting and Fence delivers top quality netting and fence solutions. From major sports venues to backyard installs and everything in between, coast to coast. We take on tough jobs with grit, integrity, and a strong commitment to safety. Empire is growing, and we're hiring motivated people ready to grow with us. We build each other up, and we're building something big. Think you've got what it takes? Apply now at empire-fence.com. That's empire-fence.com.
Are your feet just killing you and you feel like all hope is lost? Say goodbye to discomfort and hello to pain relief at Brown's Shoe Fit. They offer expert advice along with high-quality products to help you find the right solution tailored to your specific needs. Need a different width? Not a problem. Brown's carries a wide range of widths in store. Brown's Shoe Fit on 66th and Q in Lincoln.
Rosie's Sports Bar and Grill, open for lunch and dinner at 1501 Center Park Road, just south of 14th and Highway 2.
Hi, I'm Sarai, your personal banker here at Midwest Bank. I'm proud to serve our community in English and in Espanol because everyone deserves a banker who understands them. This Hispanic Heritage Month, we're celebrating the traditions, values, and dreams that make our community strong. Whether you're opening your first account, planning for the future, or growing your business, estoy aquí para ayudarle a alcanzar sus metas. I'm here to help you reach your goals. Your community, your bank, Midwest Bank. Member FDIC.
We interrupt this commercial break for an important story.
There once was a man from Nebraska who went searching for food in Alaska. When his stomach was rumbling while laying in bed, he could think of only one option, Führer's cheese spread. So he left at once and drove day and night to return back home for cheese spread delight. Now his stomach is full and the voice in his head tells him no more vacations without Führer's cheese spread. Find yours today at most local grocers.
Fall is here, and so are cooler temps, darker evenings, and slick roads. Is your vehicle ready for the change in seasons? At A1 Automotive, we've got you covered. From tire checks, brake inspections, batteries, and heater systems, we make sure your car is road ready for the Nebraska winters ahead. Don't wait until the first frost. Schedule your fall car care checkup today and drive with confidence all season long. A1 Automotive, always honest answers.
Here at Aspen Builders, our company is building more homes today than I thought we would ever build.
Bob Benish is the founder and president of Aspen Builders, online at aspenbuildersinc.com.
You know, I am just shocked at how strong our market is here in Lincoln and at Aspen Builders. We're probably helping people right now more than ever get into a new home. We've been able to find pieces of ground we can develop affordably and keep our lot prices down a little bit. I think with our volume discounts and our office staff, 35 years of experience, we figure out a plan that's going to work great for you. We make it perfect. We make it fit your price range. All of this is part of the reason we're so busy.
Make your dream home a reality and call Aspen Builders at 423-6811. Online at aspenbuildersinc.com. Your home is waiting at Aspen Builders.
For remote starters, audio upgrades, and more, there's only one place to go. Auto Sounds of Lincoln at 48th and O.
Now back to the drive with Aaron Davis and Nick Sainert. Sponsored by Doors Plus on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We're back on this magnificent, marvelous Monday. And I tell you what, there were some marvelous games, Nick.
I got something for you.
Yes, sir.
What if, and let me say this hypothetically. Florida parts ways with Billy Napier, James Franklin, Florida head coach. Here's why. First off, he owns a house in Florida. Second off, after 12 years, you just might need to restart the clock. You just might need to. And this roster, if Penn State doesn't win a national title or doesn't come close to it this year, I'm saying this, you might just need to just restart the clock, both sides, wash your hands, refresh, get some new energy.
I wouldn't be surprised in this day and age of college sports, Nick. Nothing would surprise me anymore. It really would not surprise me.
It wasn't. It's not as much, I think, of Penn State wanting to fire him. It's also not as much, I think, James Franklin wanting to just get something new. I think it's more so of like, for all parties involved, let's just part ways.
None of it would surprise me, man. None of it would surprise me anymore.
I think it'd be interesting too, because Florida is a spot to where James Franklin's recruited well. I also think, as I mentioned, he has a second home there.
Does that impact Nebraska?
Sure. Like, I don't know.
Just out of curiosity.
I don't, as of right now, I don't think Matt Rule would sway the needle enough for Penn State.
The records, I mean, the reality is this: the records don't match up. That's just simple math.
Now, like, I think that now, granted, if Matt Rule takes Nebraska to a 10-win season this year, yeah, like I think it's true. But for what we know right now, Matt, we just talked about Rule records against top 25 opponents. Matt Rule doesn't have a great one.
No,
2-23. I think is what it is. Like that. Those are things that you have to. That's what makes Dan Lanning so good. That's what's made Curt Cignetti so good. is their ability to knock off not only teams that they're supposed to, but teams that they're not supposed to be.
Nick, I know you didn't see the game Saturday with Cignetti, Iowa and Indiana, but Cignetti had his hand on his hip. Even when something bad happened, he just looked around. I was like, "Oh, we'll be all right."
Yeah,
we'll be all right.
I hate how much I love him.
Oh man!
But no, I think
they find a way to get it done, man.
Yeah, and frankly, Nebraska can't be worried about if this happens, this Rule, like, you can't be worried about that stuff. I think more so though, when you look around at other potential candidates, like that feels like out of the blue bloods in college football or the top 10 teams in college football, which coach is most likely gettable for a place like Florida if they part ways with Billy Napier? I don't think you're able to steal Dan Lanning. I don't think so. I don't think Curt Cignetti fits the University of Florida. Dabo Swinney wouldn't take that job. The only other one would be Lane Kiffin. It's Lane Kiffin's got a little Steve Spurrier in him. He's got the offensive centric approach. It feels like it'd be Lane Kiffin. If Florida were to swing for the fences, then it'd be like a Lane Kiffin or James Franklin.
The last guy I would see leaving their job, and they'd have to pay him like a dumb amount, would be Dan Lanning up at Oregon.
I just don't think Phil Knight. I don't think
there's no way.
I don't think Phil Knight would allow him to leave.
He would be like, okay,
blank check. Yeah, blank check. Dan, what do you want? I mean, seriously,
we got 140 rotations of jerseys. We'll do 240 different outfits.
Is it crazy? Is it crazy that
he ain't going nowhere?
Dan Lanning has quickly cemented himself as one of the best college football coaches. Not ever, but as an active head coach.
First few years, yes, absolutely.
I mean, you're talking about a guy that went from defensive coordinator at Georgia, gets hired at Oregon, has quickly cemented himself, has already, and on top of this, you look at the coaching tree, has already not only put guys in the league, but also gotten other coaches jobs. His offensive coordinator, when he got there, was Kenny Dillingham, who now is at Arizona State and has made them a top 25 program and a player in the Big 12 Conference. Their now current offensive coordinator, Will Stein, is one of the best coordinators in all of college football and will get a head coach just in a couple of years. Dan Lanning has quickly done an exceptional job. He looks like he's on something when he's doing post-game interviews.
The man is 41-6 right now.
Yeah,
in only 3 years. And the thing I like about Dan Lanning,
what's that record?
41-6 in 3 years. Not even 3 years yet. Technically, it's 2.5. The dude is killing it.
41-6, and he just went into a whiteout, which is one of the more hostile events, and just won. His team won in double overtime.
ESPN did a special on him a couple years ago when I forget who Oregon was playing last year, the year before. Saban was there because he worked for Saban early in his career as a GA, and his wife went through a pretty bad bout of cancer as well. Dan Lanning's wife, and it was just a cool story. This dude. Sometimes, Nick, we see the whiteouts, we see all the uniforms at Oregon. All these coaches have their backstories, things they've went through, things they've gone through. Sometimes you get lost in the articles, the win losses, etc. But those guys and girls go through a tremendous amount of stuff. But the dude is just absolutely killing it. He's getting it done. Nick, some other notable games, man, I want to get to. Cincinnati going into KU, ranked 25, ranked Kansas, and beats them 37-34. Sorsby did it again. Nick, maybe Cincinnati is a decent team, man. He went 29-43. This is Brandon Sorsby, 388 yards, 2 touchdowns, 0 INTs. Out, and Jalen Daniels played a heck of a game too, 445 yards, 4 touchdowns, no INTs. But Cincinnati goes into Kansas and gets it done. Illinois bouncing back, beating number 21 USC 34-32.
Yeah.
Nick, your Notre Dame Irish said, we're going to bring out these Lucky Charms on that tail.
They got a coach fired.
Nick, the game that I want to just get your opinion on, and I'm not sure how much you got to watch when you were traveling, etc.
Yeah.
Ole Miss taking care of LSU at home, a game that and they should have Ole Miss should have beat LSU last year, and gave it up. How big is that? You look at Lane Kiffin's daughter, not Lane Kiffin. Lane Kiffin's daughter. Married to the linebacker of LSU.
Dating.
Not married.
Don't be rushing the timeline.
He puked on the field. They showed on a play where he puked on the field. How big was that for Ole Miss to knock down number 4?
Speaking about the puke, did you see on Twitter the reaction from it? So it said, man, when Whit Weeks went over, Whit Weeks is the linebacker dating Lane Kiffin's daughter Landry. And he goes, somebody put on Twitter, some burner account put on Twitter, man, what did Lane Kiffin feed Whit Weeks when he came over to dinner? No, here's the best part. It gets better. He goes, what did he feed Whit Weeks when he came over for dinner last night? And Lane Kiffin replied to the tweet and said, tempo. I thought, dang. Can you imagine? He goes, what did Lane Kiffin feed Whit Weeks last night at family dinner? And he said, tempo. He said, we just went too fast. He said, we went too fast on the football field for Whit Weeks. So Whit Weeks had to puke on the field.
Man.
It's crazy. Here's what's even, I would say more impressive about the Ole Miss situation there. And it's really cool. they did it with a backup quarterback.
Yeah.
We forget Austin Simmons is the Ole Miss starter, and he was unable to play. And so Trinidad Chambliss was the starting quarterback on Saturday against number 4 LSU. And Ole Miss said, we do not care. We do not care. Kawan Lacey, the former Husker recruit.
Oh, God. He is a man-child.
Yeah, Kawan Lacey, 23 carries, 87 yards, and a score there.
And
Trinidad.
They were hard 87. He was just running cats over.
And so Ole Miss did a really good job. I was real impressed with Ole Miss's I don't know what was more impressive, LSU's inability defensively to stop the Ole Miss offense, or if it was Ole Miss's defense ability to stop the LSU offense.
LSU's offense is in serious trouble.
LSU's offense with Garrett Nussmeier, one of the best passers in college football in terms of volume as well. They were held to, under 20 points and stuff. But once again, the matchup to watch going into it was Ole Miss's offense against LSU's really strong defense. That's what's allowed LSU to be a national championship contender this season, is that they actually have a quality defense and they don't have to put up 50 points a game to win a football matchup. And it just wasn't enough. And so, man, give credit to Ole Miss. Give credit to Ole Miss. They got the big win on Saturday. That is a game I certainly was watching.
Nick, the last one I got for you before we go to breaking history coming up. How big is it was for DeBoer to go into Athens, Georgia, and to beat the Bulldogs? Man?
He said, "I'm here." He said, "Yeah, you can't question his ability to coach."
Dude, okay, so you think about this, Nick.
They
go into Florida State and they get boat raced. There's the boo birds, the firings, the people saying if that was from the lottery, it's like $1 billion or something. If I win the lottery, I'm going to fire him, pay his payout, and I'm going to, heard all that.
Absolutely.
Now, man, he's once again the king of Tuscaloosa.
It goes back to what we just talked about, the parity. On any given Saturday, any team can beat them.
Did you see Bama beat Georgia?
On any given Saturday, Virginia can beat Florida State. On any given Saturday, Georgia can lose at home to Alabama. On any given Saturday, Florida State can beat Alabama. It makes no sense, and it's what makes college football incredible.
It makes it so much fun. Scott Frost suffers his first loss against K-State.
Big one for Chris Kleiman there,
Chris
too.
Kleiman needed that win.
Yeah, big win for K-State.
And I'm going to give a shout-out to Mr. Keegan Johnson. Went down, is at New Mexico, 5 catches, 120-something yards when New Mexico played New Mexico State. So it's good to see the little God brother putting in work down there in New Mexico. Folks, when we come back, it's the drive. I said it's the drive. It's going to be the drive when we come back. We got the attitude adjustment. We'll be right back.
I love Nebraska Pick 3. It's the Nebraska Lottery's very best game, and nothing could ever change my mind.
What if I told you there's now a Nebraska Pick 4?
Say what?
It costs just $1 to play. There's a $6,000 top prize with drawings every day, and you could choose from 6 different bet types. What would you say to that?
I love Nebraska Pick 4. It's the Nebraska Lottery's very best game, and nothing could ever change my mind.
Thought so. Straight bet top prize odds 1 in 10,000.
Are your feet just killing you and you feel like all hope is lost? Say goodbye to discomfort and hello to pain relief at Brown's Shoe Fit. They offer expert advice along with high-quality products to help you find the right solution tailored to your specific needs. Need a different width? Not a problem. Brown's carries a wide range of widths in store. Brown's Shoe Fit on 66th and Q in Lincoln.
I'm Kirk Herbstreit, and today I'm eating Raising Cane's. I want a solid bench of 4 chicken fingers, crinkle-cut fries with Texas toast. Now back to you, Todd.
So the usual.
Make Raising Cane's part of your game day lineup.
Here at Aspen Builders, our company is building more homes today than I thought we would ever build.
Bob Benish is the founder and president of Aspen Builders, online at aspenbuildersinc.com.
You know, I am just shocked at how strong our market is here in Lincoln and at Aspen Builders. We're probably helping people right now more than ever get into a new home. We've been able to find pieces of ground we can develop affordably and keep our lot prices down a little bit. I think with our volume discounts and our office staff, 35 years of experience, we figure out a plan that's going to work great for you. We make it perfect. We make it fit your price range. All of this is part of the reason we're so busy.
Make your dream home a reality and call Aspen Builders at 423-6811. Online at aspenbuildersinc.com. Your home is waiting at Aspen Builders.
Schweizo Construction is now hiring for skilled craftsmen, steel erectors, concrete workers, and general laborers. Schweizo Construction offers great benefits like premium wages, health and dental insurance, paid holidays and vacation, 401k with company match, life insurance, and disability insurance. They pride themselves on a legacy of 40 years built on integrity and trust. Joining their team means becoming part of a family that values hard work, dedication, and mutual respect. Apply today at schweizo.com. That's SCHWISOW.com.
This is Bill Mitchner, Executive Director of Lincoln Lighthouse. Did you know Lighthouse provides multiple programs for students such as one-on-one tutoring and mentoring, as well as pro-social skill exercises, while providing them a nourishing meal and a safe space during all months of the year, even during school breaks? Learn more or contribute to Lighthouse at lincolnlighthouse.org today.
Hi, I'm Sarai, your personal banker here at Midwest Bank. I'm proud to serve our community in English and in Espanol because everyone deserves a banker who understands them. This Hispanic Heritage Month, we're celebrating the traditions, values, and dreams that make our community strong. Whether you're opening your first account, planning for the future, or growing your business, estoy aquí para ayudarle a alcanzar sus metas. I'm here to help you reach your goals. Your community, your bank, Midwest Bank. Member FDIC.
This is Rick Heyman with Sartor Heyman Jewelers. Sartor Heyman is celebrating 120 years, and you could win big. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram for your chance to win a $120 gift certificate every week. That's right, we're giving away $120 every week as a thank you for being part of our story. Don't miss your chance to treat yourself. Follow Sartor Heyman Jewelers today. Celebrating 120 years. Sartor Heyman, when only the best will do.
Select Plumbing and Utility has been serving Lincoln and the surrounding area for 14 years, and they're not slowing down. Select Plumbing and Utility handles all your plumbing needs from faucets and water heaters to full renovations, and they can even help with your heating and cooling needs. They're also Lincoln's underground experts, repairing and replacing broken underground water and sewer lines since day one. Contact Select Plumbing and Utility today at 402-560-6197, assuring excellence in every situation, opportunity, and challenge. That's 402-560-6197.
Fall is here, and so are cooler temps, darker evenings, and slick roads. Is your vehicle ready for the change in seasons? At A1 Automotive, we've got you covered. From tire checks, brake inspections, batteries, and heater systems, we make sure your car is road ready for the Nebraska winters ahead. Don't wait until the first frost. Schedule your fall car care checkup today and drive with confidence all season long. A1 Automotive, always honest answers.
Tune in to Outside the Box from 4 to 5 p.m. for everything you need to know about the Lincoln Stars. Join head coach Rocky Russo and play-by-play voice Alex Fern as they sit down with special player guests to tell the story of the Lincoln Stars and give you all the news and notes you need from around the USHL. That's Outside the Box with the Lincoln Stars on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Empire Netting and Fence delivers top-quality netting and fence solutions. From major sports venues to backyard installs and everything in between, coast to coast. We take on tough jobs with grit, integrity, and a strong commitment to safety. Empire is growing, and we're hiring motivated people ready to grow with us. We build each other up, and we're building something big. Think you've got what it takes? Apply now at empire-fence.com. That's empire-fence.com.
Now back to The Drive with Aaron Davis and Nick Sainer. Sponsored by Doors Plus on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Oh, so we are back. We did another very, very fast drive this morning. Hopefully you thought it was fast, too. I'm not using the other term. Nick said AD. Might bring up back bad memories of his days growing up in the rough streets of 70th and A Street.
Who?
Yours. You know,
I do not go up 70th and A Street.
Well, yeah, well, 70th, the mean streets of 70th and, Taylor Meadows.
Still not
the rough streets of Taylor Meadows. That's where you went to school out near Taylor Meadows. It was right in Taylor Meadows, basically.
Was it?
Pius is right in Taylor Meadows.
Okay.
Rough streets in Taylor Meadows.
That's not where I lived, though.
Well, yeah, you lived right in that area. Well, you
No, I
lived
didn't.
in the new north side is where you lived at, grew up at, the new north side. I ain't talking about the north side, where you got.
I grew up. It's all north side.
No, the new north side. You were at the new development area, the area where you drove through, probably around. We're gonna go around. We're gonna go up. We're gonna go up a corner, and we're gonna shoot right on 56th Street, so we avoid the north side.
It's one of those. It's one of those where it's gonna take us a little bit longer, but it's safer. So we're gonna go the longer way. Oh man, no.
Okay, Nick, is that a motorcycle or is that like a go-go gadget bike?
It's a little I don't know if that term's allowed to be said on the air, like the little rockets.
Yeah, Nick. Okay, we have to talk about this sometimes. With the no helmets on, I don't get that.
Well, it's
dog.
a legal thing.
I know, but
it just passed a couple of years ago.
I know that, but
the people wanted it.
I know it just blows me away though. Still, I'm used to seeing it in Iowa, but Nebraska, I'm still getting. What's up, DFE? What's up, brother? I'm still getting used to seeing Nebraska.
I know.
Without helmets on, it just blows me away.
I know.
Nevertheless,
Anyway.
to each their own. Folks, the 80 attitude adjustment is this. I was writing this morning, Nick. There's a segment I'm writing in the new book, man. It's about doing a people audit.
Oh.
Doing audits in your life and the people audit. And I wrote your name in there. I'm like, this is someone I need to remove from my life. Nick Sainer.
No, you did not. That's brutal.
No, not at all. Not at all. I'm just serious. But what it did though.
You wrote my name in the book because you want people to never forget about me.
Memorialized forever.
Yeah.
No, but all due seriousness.
You mean to write to forward?
No. They were like, does this guy even like him?
Yeah. So let me tell you about my relationship with Aaron Davis. One night on a Friday night at 2 a.m., we were sitting on his back deck.
37 tacos later.
37 Taco Bell tacos later. You might think that's fake, but there's pictures to prove it. Anyway.
Folks, the saying is, there's an old saying, I'm not sure, there's a few different places where this is the credit goes, but show me your friends, I'll show you your future. And that is a segment I'm writing in right now. And folks, it is truly a timeless saying. Show me your friends, I'll show you your future. That was something my dad would always emphasize the importance of watching the crowd you hang out with. Folks, that ain't just when you're at a college campus, high school campus. If there's someone at work that's always negative, always just eventually you become like that negative person because negative people are great recruiters. Check your circle, folks, because you become like the 3 to 5 people you spend the most time with. So if you don't like your attitude, maybe check your circle. Nick, from this day out,
Check your circle.
You were out of the circle of trust.
Who do I spend the most time with? AD, Raph, Jay Foreman. Maybe there's a reason I'm the way I am.
No wonder you're moving up, Nick.
maybe there's a reason I'm the way I am.
Your life sucked before.
Yeah. It's even worse now. No, I'm kidding. We got 10 seconds, AD.
Folks, thanks for riding with us. Tomorrow we'll have Coach Rule, some sound bites, and Husker Ball as he plays Michigan State Saturday at 3. It's The Drive. Have a great Monday.
Tune in to Outside the Box from 4 to 5 p.m. for everything you need to know about the Lincoln Stars. Join head coach Rocky Russo and play-by-play voice Alex Byrne as they sit down with special player guests to tell the story of the Lincoln Stars and give you all the news and notes you need from around the USHL. That's Outside the Box with the Lincoln Stars on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
The party is back on in Lincoln this fall, and there's no party like the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate pregame show. Join the whole Ticket crew for 2.5 hours of pregame coverage before every home and away game this football season as they get you ready for the game. It's the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate pregame show at our downtown studio at 11th and O. Sponsored by Select Plumbing, Raising Cane's, Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits, Elway Power Sports of Lincoln, Currency, and the Kindler Hotel.
Fall is here, and so are cooler temps, darker evenings, and slick roads. Is your vehicle ready for the change in seasons? At A1 Automotive, we've got you covered. From tire checks, brake inspections, batteries, and heater systems, we make sure your car is road ready for the Nebraska winters ahead. Don't wait until the first frost. Schedule your fall car care checkup today and drive with confidence all season long. A1 Automotive, always honest answers.
Ready to upgrade your harvest lineup? Right now at Landmark Implement, get up to a 36-month waiver on select John Deere combines. That's 3 full years with no interest, giving you the flexibility to put the reliability of John Deere to work on your farm. Our team is here to keep your operation running strong with the latest technology, unmatched parts and service support, and the reliability of John Deere equipment. Visit your local Landmark Implement today.